You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
You play to win the game. You know, that's a classic line from the great Herm Edwards, former NFL coach. I don't know, I don't watch the NFL anymore. Maybe he's a current NFL coach for all I know, but that's a great line, isn't it? Now let's talk about our team. We talk a ton about their team. We talk a ton about the communists, and I know you're an anti-communist. We talk about what they're doing and what their plans are and why they're doing it and what they're going to do next, and we talk about that. Let's have a talk about our team. Are we playing to win? Do you see the GOP trying to win? I mean, my goodness, maybe that's too far. Do you even see the GOP trying not to lose? I don't. What's the talk of the day? It's kind of a slow news cycle right now, so everyone's kind of grasping at something. What's the new latest and greatest or worst? What's the new horrible thing everyone's talking about today that the communists have said? Well, this dirtball Daniel Goldman in Congress today said all this ridiculousness.
You have no idea. You know hard drives can be manipulated.
Are you suggesting the New York Post could participate in a conspiracy to construct the contents of the Hunter Biden laptop?
No, sir. The problem is that hard drives can be manipulated by Rudy Giuliani or Russia.
Well, what's the evidence that happened?
Well, there is actual evidence of it, but the point is
There's
not
no
the
evidence
same
for
thing.
it, so you're engaging in a conspiracy.
I'm glad.
Okay. Everyone's making fun of Daniel Goldman today for sounding like a ridiculous clown. And don't get me wrong. Daniel Goldman sounds like a ridiculous clown. I know that. He is a ridiculous clown. He's a communist. He's an apparatchik. He's trying to maintain his system membership card by being a good little soldier. And if he continues doing that, he'll be a success no matter what happens. Even if he loses his seat in office, he'll walk right into this great job or that great job because he's maintaining his system membership card. Okay, we all got it. He's a clown. He's getting his system membership card. We got it. But Daniel Goldman, what's he faced with right now? What's all this line of questioning about? The line of questioning is about Hunter Biden and Hunter Biden's laptop. The laptop that has been authenticated several times over. The laptop that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that Hunter Biden is a criminal and so is his father. We know that. This is not my opinion. It's not a left or right opinion thing. We know it. It's all written down, especially because Hunter Biden has documented all of his crimes. Okay, so we know that. And Daniel Goldman has been shown that. Hey, Daniel Goldman, what do you have to say about the laptop? Look at this. Joe's a criminal. What do you have to say? Daniel Goldman, he's not bothered by it. And he certainly doesn't start playing defense by it. Daniel Goldman doesn't miss a breath. Do you know why? Do you know why? And it's not just because he's a lying piece of trash, which he is, but do you know why? Daniel Goldman, he's playing to win the game. Daniel Goldman, when he wakes up and puts on his communist granny panties and his communist socks and he goes into his communist office, every single day, when he wakes up, when he goes to sleep, Daniel Goldman intends to win. He has been on a mission to destroy this country for years. I don't know when that got ingrained in him, but for years he's been on a mission to destroy this country. And Daniel Goldman intends to win. That's his intention. Now contrast that with, well, the GOP.
President Biden has, of course, lied at least 16 times about his involvement in his family's business schemes. There are at least 22 examples of Joe Biden speaking with or meeting with Hunter Biden's foreign business associates. The Oversight Committee recently released 2 checks. You see the graphics up here today. These checks are to Joe Biden. One is for $40,000 from China, and another is for $200,000 from a now bankrupt healthcare company that his brother James Biden apparently swindled. Listen, this investigation has to continue.
Investigation's going to continue, you see. It is, hold on, maybe that can't be right. That said it was November 30th. Man, my phone backed it up. My watch and my phone just told me it was November 30th, 2023. Joe Biden, the criminal, which we know he's a criminal, has been sitting in the White House destroying this country for 3 years now. The GOP, oh, don't get me wrong, we've got the checks, but we got to continue investigating. Always the investigating, always the whining. Where's the impeachment? Do you remember back when Donald Trump was president? Donald Trump was impeached not once, but twice, off of nothing. Now, why? You can, before you start blasting away at Democrats, just stop, set that aside for a moment. Why was Donald Trump impeached twice over nothing? Why? Because Democrats play to win the game. Democrats don't sit around like Republicans do. I mean, oh my gosh, I don't know, guys. We got to investigate some more. We got some checks. Do we have enough checks? I don't know. Have you checked the poll numbers? What about the midterms? I don't know about that. You never, ever see this from the communist, because the communist wakes and the communist sleeps thinking about winning the game. The Republican wakes and the Republican sleeps trying to, look good. Not get yelled at too much. Well, we got to make sure we're doing things the right way, guys. Republicans are currently working with Democrats to oust George Santos. Now, I don't care about George Santos, the Republican out of New York. Who knows? I don't know. Guilty, not guilty. I don't know. I don't really give a crap. But George Santos is likely going to be expelled from Congress before Joe Biden or Mayorkas or any of them are impeached. What does that tell you? I'll tell you what it tells me. Only one party is playing to win the game. Do you remember back, speaking of Trump, do you remember back to 15 days to slow the spread, and then Fauci, of course, bumped that number? Do you remember this?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you look at what's in those 30-day recommendations of the guidelines, that's essentially what it is. I mean, I know it's difficult, but we're having a lot of suffering, a lot of death. This is inconvenient from an economic and a personal standpoint, but we just have to do it. That is our major weapon against this virus right now. Yeah. We don't have a vaccine that's deployable. This is the only thing we have, and we can get through it if everybody really leans forward and pushes on this.
Oh, it's inconvenient economically. Inconvenient. Yeah. I'm still staring at a stack of emails you've sent into my show about stories of your mother dying alone. Your business, your family business going away forever. Inconvenient. And what were the Republicans doing? Not just Trump, he's included for sure. The Republicans, Donald Trump, the Republicans in the Senate, the Republicans in the House, while the American people were suffering under communism, suffering under communist tyranny, ushered in, of course, by a virus. What were they all doing? Hiding, wringing their hands. Well, I mean, I guess we do have to be safe, guys. Why? Because the communists saw coronavirus and he saw an opportunity to win.